the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, and oops, wouldn't you know, forgot to take one of the banners down. There you have it. Tuesday night, Superior Class Auto Racing presented by Mug Root Beer. This is season number 2, race number 3, the HOTLANTA 250 here in Hampton, Georgia at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And these drivers out there putting down quite a few laps here in happy hour, finally shaking down the car, last minute and a half remaining, so we will get down to business up here in the Turn 3 Racing broadcast booth. Your point standings coming into today's race, just 2 races into the season. Case and Plot sitting on top of the point standings. Bobby Hamilton Jr. right there as well. Hunter Kent, Brian Mescal Jr. rookie inside the top 5. Will Jones right there rounding out that top 5. So that's the way the points are shaking out so far through the first 2 races here for the Superior Class Auto Racing. And man, oh man, I tell you what, got a little bit behind the 8 ball. Sometimes technology doesn't always want to work with us, but nonetheless, the show must go on. So with about 30 seconds or so left here in happy hour, drivers going to get in those final few laps, and we will get set to switch things on over and into our qualifying session. Going to be a fast qualifying session. 29 drivers out here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and I think tires and handling is going to be the talk of the town out there, especially during the long green flag runs. There you see about 2-3 seconds qualifying over with now. Yellow flag in the air for happy hour qualifying getting ready to begin. We'll see who jumps out there for first, who is ready to go. There you see yellow flag out, green flag waving as the drivers will see who's going to go out there just first. Looks like Brian Mescal Jr. is going to hit the track before anybody else. We'll go ahead and join him as he gets up to speed and off of pit road in that sharp-looking Dirty Mo 33 machine. Brian Mescal Jr. looking pretty good out there. Few other drivers out there also on track on their qualifying laps. The 00 of Quentin Murdoch, the 40 of Jeff Napier, Lauren McFadden, Will Jones, Mickey Spear, Thomas McMullen, J.D. Baker, Tommy D'Angelo, Stephen Parrott, Jason Spear. Ton of action out there in qualifying right now, so we'll go ahead, throw your qualifying order over there on the left-hand side so you can keep up with it just as well as I can. Throw a little bit of more information at you here for Brian Mescal Jr. There you see it. Look at that, 185 miles an hour as he reaches turn 3, almost 187. My goodness, that is absolutely flying around this 1.5 mile D-shaped oval. Some people will call it a quad oval. I call it a D-shaped oval. You know, tomatoes, whatever. Brian Mescal Jr. only able to slide in second with his first time lap. Will Jones sitting on top of the speed charts as we've got about 3.5 minutes remaining here in qualifying. I tell you what, we'll continue to ride with Brian Mescal Jr. as he makes his way back into turn 3 on his second timed lap. Will he have enough in the bank to go up there and snatch that provisional pole away? We'll wait to see as he crosses the line this time by. Timing and scoring gonna catch up. Where's that put Mescal Jr. only to third now, dropping, losing some spots. We'll go out there now, right on board with the 25 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. He's out there beginning his timed laps. Tell you what, let's go with our onboard camera, our cockpit camera here on Turn 3 Racing Network, as Bobby Hamilton Jr. just now joining the track surface. Gonna have a few laps to get his speed up, so we'll go ahead, switch back out to camera, see if we've got anybody else there about to put down their flying lap. Looks like maybe Colt Ansley out there as well on his first timed lap. He's going to cross the line this time by after he gets down the back stretch and into 3 and 4. He'll put his timed lap. We'll go back, jump on board with Bobby Hamilton Jr. as he tries to go up there and still that provisional pole away from Hunter Kent in the 7 machine, sitting on top of the speed charts with just over 2 minutes left here in this qualifying session. Ansley only good enough for 15th. Bobby Hamilton Jr. crossing the line in 8th. My goodness, that is a flying lap for Bobby Hamilton Jr. Let's go back with him. We'll jump inside his car on his second time lap before we head on down trackside for our pre-race festivities and the singing of our national anthem. Crossing the line on his second time lap, Bobby Hamilton Jr. Where's he going to shake out? Looks like it's only good enough for 9th as of right now, and with about a minute and a half remaining, case and plot, he is out on track making a timed lap. We'll jump on board with him real fast as he goes around this 1.5 mile track before we head down trackside for our nation's anthem. Kaysen only good enough for 19th that time by, so we'll hold tight right here with him as he finishes out his qualifying laps. Down the backstretch one last time for that 19 machine. Does he have what it takes? Gonna take an awful lot to get up there and steal that pole position away from the 7 of Hunter Kent. Plot giving it all he's got. Let's see where he shakes out, all the way to the top of the board. One heck of a lap, that second time lap for Plot. Kaysen doing a heck of a job going up there and stealing that pole position away. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head on down trackside for the singing of our national anthem. Please join me. We'll be right back here with all your racing action live from Atlanta Motor Speedway here on Turn 3 Racing Network.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
Thanks for joining us once again here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Field is hitting your starting grid, so we'll go ahead and run that on down for you. Starting pole position inside row number 1, the 19 of Cason Plot. Just to his outside, the fast 46 of David Bradford. Row number 2 here today, the 7 of Hunter Kent, followed by the 18 of Chris Mathis. Row number 3, the 83 of Jason Spear, followed by the 56 of Will Jones. Row number 4, the 82 of Lauren McFadden, and the 71 of Alan Dufries. Row number 5, the 88 of Channing Ballou, and rounding out your top 10, the 78 of J.D. Baker. Row number 6, the 2 of Hayes Booth, and the 69 of Stephen Parrott. Row number 7, the 52 of Thomas McMullen, and the 25 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. Row number 8, the 40 of Jeff Napier, and the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. Row number 9, the 00 of Quentin Murdoch, and the 86 of Colt Ansley. Row number 10, the 24 of Garrett Cobb, and the 3 of Tommy D'Angelo. Rest of your start order looks a little something like this. Pace car beginning. Get ready to duck off, and we will go. Green flag racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Pace car is off. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing once again for the Superior Class Auto Racing presented by Mug Root Beer. Down into turn number 1 goes that 19 of Cason Plot. He's going to keep the race lead. So far, looks like Hunter Kent going to slot into second position. David Bradford looking outside now down the backstretch. Top 3 make it 6, all right there, running with each other, nose to tail. Looks like Plot's going to lead the first lap at the line. Yep, put it in the bank for him, so that's a point in the bag for your pole sitter here today, the 19 of Cason Plot. Rest of the field still grouped and bunched up with each other. Got the 18 of Chris Mathis right there going down the backstretch just outside of David Bradford. Will Jones hot on his trail in his 7-Up Chevy ZL1 Camaro, doing one heck of a job staying right through. Ooh, right on that quarter panel coming off of turn number 4. That's some treacherous territory. Top 6 or 7 starting to sort themselves out, so we're going to jump a little further back through the field, battling right here in front of Brian Mescal Jr., the 78 of J.D. Baker, and the 69 of Stephen Parrott, heading down side by side once again into turn 3. Front of the pack still grouped up with each other. Your race leader still Cason Plot with Hunter Kent hot on his trail, looking to take the lead going into turn 1. Not able to do it, gonna have to stay in a line and try to track down Cason Plot as we get some laps on the tires. Tire wear should come into play, but Hunter Kent doing a good job just kind of stabilizing his run, staying right there, staying in check with the race leader. Jumping back to the 10th spot, battle underway. Bobby Hamilton Jr., Lauren McFadden, Alan Dufries, all right there with each other. Brian Mescal Jr. now going by Stephen Parrott. Or sorry, I apologize. That was J.D. Baker. Stephen Parrott still in front of Brian Mescal Jr. as we watch the 71 of Alan Dufries try to take away the spot from the 82 of Lauren McFadden. Looks like he's going to be able to do that off of turn 4. As McFadden falls through the field just a little bit from where he started today's race. Front of the field still hotly contested. There you see the 7 of Kent right there on the rear deck lid of Cason Plot. The battle for the top spot has not been away since the drop of the green flag. We work our way to the line for lap number 7. Your race leader still Cason Plot. pretty much all in a line, but Jason Spears going to have his hands full with the 88 of Channing Ballou here pretty soon. Right there in that 88 machine coming off of the... And caution is out. We're going to look back for that one. Looks like Roy Hyde and his bomber involved in some heavy contact with the 53 of Steve Murdoch. My goodness, not quite sure what happened there. So we'll take a look back now with our turn 3 replay. We watch the 13 of Roy Hyde make his way to the driver just behind Brian. Oh, the 53 just had some issues. Steve Murdoch, that's where it all began. My goodness, we'll back it up one more time. See what happened to Murdoch here. His Toyota Camry looks to be just fine. Crossing the line, had some issues here. And off the wall into Truxell, going into one. Nowhere for Roy Hyde to go, and he is going to have to burn one of those fast repairs. Oh my goodness, that was a tough lick. One more look at it here from the Flint cam as we watch everything going on. My goodness, Murdoch, there you see him in the wall into Truxell. Truxell doing and right back up in front of Brian Littleton. Littleton caught up in that. That's going to have at least 4 drivers on pit road using those fast repairs. Looks like your race leaders have. Oh my goodness. Sometimes you shouldn't hit buttons. Looks like your race leaders have hit pit road. There you see them down there on pit road. So obviously that's where they are. Race leaders still case and plot. As Tommy D'Angelo scored as the race leader, as he's actually going to stay out on track. Tommy D'Angelo making a bold move here. 10 laps into this thing, and he's going to stay out. Wonder if he's just trying to get that point for a lap lead. As Will Jones also with a very fast stop. He comes out well ahead of the rest of the field. Not sure if he actually took tires or not. Only 23 seconds on pit lane for that 56 of Will Jones, so look for him to possibly come back down pit road this time. Will the 3 of Tommy D'Angelo stay on track, or will he come down pit road this time? Caution should be fairly quick here, as we've got nobody down the lap, so we're only going to have 2, possibly 3 laps of caution here as Tommy D'Angelo does come down pit road. That's going to leave Will Jones as your race leader. The field works their way by the flag stand here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Field begins to get a double file as they work their way off of turn number 2. Will Jones will assume the race lead, lining up inside row number 1. Your pole sitter, case and plot, just to his outside. Hunter Kent gonna start in the 3rd position, right where he started today's race. David Bradford 1 row back, still on the outside line from the initial start. And nobody really asserted themselves during that short little stretch we had right there. We'll have to wait and see how the rubber's been laid down on the track as we make our way around the turn number 3. Field going to be coming back to the restart line. Pace car down and away. Loud pedal down. Will Jones fires off. We are back. Green flag racing once again here at Atlanta Motor Speedway through Superior Class Auto Racing's HOTLANTA 250, presented by Mug Root Beer. The 19 of Plot looking to the inside with a big run down the backstretch. Will the 7 of Hunter Kent go with him? Yes, he does. Will Jones gonna fall through the field now, not able to lead the field back to the line after the restart. Put your pole sitter back to the point as he's got 4 drivers right there behind him. Hunter Kent, David Bradford, and Chris Mathis. Oh, 3 wide just behind them. with Jason Spear, Channing Blue, Will Jones. Wow, that was a big time moment there, as Hayes Booth was caught 3 wide with Channing Ballou as well as Jason Spear. My goodness, field still double file a few rows back just behind these drivers. There you see them all gathered with each other. Colt Ansley right there knocking on the door in this pack. Was going to say a little bit of house cleaning, but there's no house cleaning to do here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Started the race with 29 drivers taking to the grid. We still have all 29 out there on track. Case and Plot opening up about a 1/10 of a second lead. Oh, caution is out. Channing Ballou involved. Oh my goodness, there is a lot of cars caught up in this one. We're going to back this up. Take a look at it one good time here with our turn 3 replay. Had to take it back a little further, a little bit of chopping of the nose there. Here's Hayes. There's Ballou right there on the outside. Has the 83 just inside of him. Everything seems to be all right. And oh, just down into the right rear quarter panel goes Channing Ballou and up into the wall, into the 71, back out into the track. Oh my goodness, cars fanning out all over. A lot of cars heavily damaged in this one. Brian Littleton as well as Roy Hyde looked like they were able to make their way through it. The 9 of Travis Smith, he's down and in the grass. My goodness, a lot of drivers caught up in this one. So we will rejoin your race leaders as they catch up to the pace car. Looks like they got to let that very slow Ford Mustang get around them. Pit road will be open, and we'll take this moment. Well, actually, we will wait a moment, see how things shake out, see who comes to pit road and who doesn't. Man, looks like this racing surface is giving some of these drivers a little bit of trouble. It looks like that outside wall is kind of just grabbing people and punting them, so to speak. You don't want to find yourself rubbing up against that outside wall because it seems to be spelling trouble for a lot of the drivers out there when they do have some contact. Looks like most of the leaders are going to stay out this time by, so we're going to take a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back with all your racing action live here from Atlanta Motor Speedway for Superior Class Auto Racing's HOTLANTA 250. Thanks for staying with us after that brief commercial break. Ford Mustang pace car lights are out. Casey Watt still in the race there, lining up inside of row number 1. Field will be in the hands of him for this latest restart.
Ready, green flag.
In a way, Plot goes great jump on the field. The 46 of Bradford right there with him. Looks like that 2 of Hayes, who did not get a very good start. Hunter Kent got, well, in a way, able to slide right down. Who is running in the 4th position. I'll tell you what, let's go down to one of our on-board cameras right now with that 46 of Bradford as he makes his way around the track here in this Dr. Pepper Ford Mustang. Caution is out once again, looking through the timing and scoring as everything was going on. And my goodness, Travis Smith caught up in this latest one. Oh my, front end ripped off of that thing. We're going to have to back it up, see what happened here with our turn 3 replay. Here you see Smith just on the outside of that 00 and a driver with no front end out there coming up and just, right there, door checking the 9 almost right into the wall. No space through the corner and puts the 9 up in the wall. Channing Ballou goes around. Roy Hyde involved as well. Tough break right there. Let's take one more look at this from another angle. Oh my goodness. Travis Smith. Here you see the contact right there. Oh, that is a hard lick. We'll look one more time here in front of the cockpit with Travis as he makes his way. Oh, there's almost that contact right there in the wall. Everything's fine. And more contact in the wall again. Collects the 88, collects the 13. Travis Smith, not a happy camper right now inside of that 9 car. We will rejoin the front of the field. Looks like Hunter Kent was able to snatch the lead away right there before the caution flag flew. And that's going to make him our newest race leader as we are working lap 21 out of 163 here for tonight's scheduled race distance. And I do believe after that one right there, I do believe we are going to have some cleanup to go through, to work through. We'll wait and see how everything shakes out here. Driver's going to be hitting pit road, but it does look like the 00 of Quentin Murdoch already back behind the wall. They're putting his car in the hauler. Roy Hyde also falling victim to some chaotic circumstances. He finds himself back at the hauler, not taking autographs, not taking interviews. Roy Hyde, not such a happy camper here tonight. Field works their way around this track under caution for, I believe this is our 3rd caution out here for this evening. Yes, I was correct. 10 laps under caution. 3 lead changes so far here tonight. And it looks like track position may be at a premium here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kason Plott leading 16 laps. Hunter Kent with 3. And Will Jones with 2 laps to his name. So once you get up front, I don't want to say you're safe, but it seems like that's where you want to be. Coming up through the field may be just a little bit tricky for some of the drivers left in this field. Pace car lights out once again. We will get back to green flag racing this time around. When we cross the line, we'll have 140 laps remaining here tonight in the HOTLANTA 250. 246 actual miles around the track, 163 laps here tonight for Superior Class Auto Racing, presented by Mug Root Beer. And who is going to assert themselves as the dominant car? We'll have to wait and see if that 7 of Hunter Kent can walk away with the race lead as the pace car begins to get down pit road. Green flag in the air, and Kent gets away from the field. Plot a little bit slow back to the loud pedal. Now he's going to drop to the bottom. That's going to leave Hayes Booth out there all alone for a moment. Your top 3 well and away from the rest of the field. Hayes Booth not getting a good start at all. That's going to back up the field just a little bit. Brian Mescal Jr. running in the top 5 just behind Booth going into 3. Lauren McFadden, Will Jones, J.D. Baker right there battling for position as well, just in front of that 24 of Garrett Cobb. And looking for the power move up at the front. The 19 of Plot. Look to the outside of your race leader going in and through the middle of 1 and 2. Now looking to the outside once again as they head into turn 3. Off of turn number 3 and back through, and caution is out once again back in the back of the field. Looks like Channing Ballou and his 88 machine up into the wall. Trouble once again for the 88. We'll take another look at this, see what happened. 3 wide racing right in front of him, the 18. Oh my goodness, right there. Ooh, there was a lot of stuff going on right there in that shot. We'll take one more look at it. And Ballou getting turned right there, right behind Bobby Hamilton Jr. narrowly escapes. And there is some torn up race cars out there already, ladies and gentlemen. You can see them off in the background. No front clips on some of the cars out there. So tough race. Long night ahead for a lot of these drivers as most of them make their way down pit road. Your race leader, Kason Plot, not gonna come down pit road. And as we work our way around the track under caution, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
twist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
He's gonna pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's gonna get them all done with. What amazing!
Lee to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is gonna touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save!
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
Slide left of the racetrack. Chris Benner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schubert, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Thanks for rejoining us once again, and thanks for joining myself, David Worrell, up in the booth, as always here, bringing you all the calls for the Superior Class Auto Racing presented by Mug Root Beer. Pace car lights are off. Ready to make that left-hand turn, and we will get back racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Field in the hands of your race leader, Kason Plott. Hits the loud pedal, and away he goes. Great start that time for the 7 of Hunter Kent. David Bradford on the inside row, not such a good start. That's going to allow Kent to drop down in front of him. He's going to battle with the 2 of Hayes for a moment. Now has the 56 of Will Jones breathing down his gearbox. Jones looking to the inside, same with Kent. Kent get the job done over Plott, side by side for the race lead through the center of 3 and 4. Back to the quad oval, back to the tri-oval, whatever you want to call it. Plott on the outside, gonna get that lap led in the books for him. First lap after the restart, still side by side for the race lead in 1 and 2. Back down the backstretch, it's a drag race. Will Jones with a little bit of help from behind, letting that 19 surge forward just a little bit, almost clear of the bumper. The nose is almost behind him. Not going to be able to make the pass just yet. Going to have to run that high line one more time. Now maybe squeezing down. Nope, going to enter high once again. That's going to let the 7 of Hunter Kent get back side by side. Left side tires right there on that white line. Will Jones now pushing the 19 in front of the 7. Going to drop down. 7 has to check up. Big time moment there for Hunter Kent. Almost into the back of your race leader, Kason Plott. Will Jones right there trying to take that second position away. Force the 7 to run the low line. Maybe wear the tires out a little bit more than he wants to. A little earlier than he wants to. Hayes right here running in the top 5. That final 5th position. Brian Esquel Jr. running in 6th. Further back through the field, want to mention Colt Ansley running in the 11th spot. Great job by that number 86. Now up to the 10th spot as they fan out the front stretch. 2 and 3 wide across the line. Field continues, green flag racing as we cross the line, this time by to take lap 35 out of 163 scheduled for tonight's race. Distance 246 miles, 129 laps left to go. Nobody's certain their dominance just yet. Will Jones now looking to the inside of your race leader, Kason Plott. Hunter Kent still right there battling for position not wanting to make it a 3-wide battle just yet for that top spot, but Will Jones may have took it at the line. Yes, he did put a lap in the book before Jones make that his 3rd lap, actually, as he led 2 laps earlier in the restart. Now Plot struggling on that outside lane just a little bit as the field makes their way off of turn number 2, down the back stretch and back into 3-4 one more time. Will Jones trying all he can to utilize that bottom lane. Looks like he's going to have that lap as well, but not fully clear of that 19 of Plot running the high line, making it work. And that Ford Mustang, 3 Fords right there on top of each other. As a matter of fact, your top 5. Caution is out on the racetrack. Oh my, who was involved this time? Looks like Hayes Booth. Hard impact. Rear bumper cover off of that car. We'll take one look back at that with our turn 3 replay. Owen missing it just a little bit, so we'll go a little bit further back. There you see Hayes running the bottom lane. Everything seems to be okay off of turn number 2. In the wall just a little bit. Then in the wall again. Contact with some more drivers. Not able to get around everybody. And oh my goodness. Oh, and Truxell into the pile up late. That's going to spell trouble for that 5 machine. A lot of cars involved in this one. My goodness. We will rejoin the front of your field as your race leader Will Jones brings the long train of cars down pit road and hits the cone. That might be a penalty for that 56 if he's not careful. There you see torn up race car for Mark Truxell. He sits on pit road trying to get that thing fixed up. 3, 4, 5, 6 cars sitting on pit road with heavy damage as we work ourselves to lap 39 out of 163 scheduled here tonight. Jones not going to be able to get off of pit road first. Hunter Kent, great pit stop by him and his crew. 39 seconds was his time for on and off pit road. 14.3 seconds in his box. And Will Jones may have got caught speeding there trying to get off of pit road first. That's going to put that 33 of Brian Maskell Jr. into second spot. Looks like Brian had the quickest pit delta out there. 38.7 seconds on and off pit road. Right there with a 14.4 second stop in his box. So great run there by Brian Maskell Jr. finding his way towards the front of the field. And as we work our way under caution, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to walk through here, spotlight some of the drivers out there today, give you a little bit of information about them. And, well, here we go. Hunter Kent started in 3rd, currently running for 1st. Great job out there so far by Kent, keeping his nose clean, keeping it at the front of the field. Running in 2nd, the 33 of Brian Maskell Jr. started all the way back in 16th and has driven his way up into 2nd with help from a fast pit road that time by J.D. Baker. Running in 3rd, started in 10th. Great run so far out there by that 78 of Baker. Another driver that has been in the front of the field pretty much the entire race, David Bradford, finds himself sitting in 4th, started 2nd, but hasn't been outside of the top 5 all race long. So heck of a job by that 46 machine. That Dr. Pepper makes me a little thirsty, but I'd rather finish off this mug group here I got sitting right here. As we continue to work our way through the field, Chris Mathis started 4th, currently running in 5th. That 18 machine has been fast all night long. Field beginning to get double file as we continue to go through your top 10. Bobby Hamilton Jr. sitting in the 6th spot. Good run so far by that 25. Started in 14th. Currently running in the 6th spot. Jason Spear in his 83. Started in 5th. Currently in 7th. A little bit of trouble earlier today in the race for that 83, but great recovery. The 86 of Colt Ansley gonna line up 4th car outside for this restart. Great run so far here by Ansley as he finds himself sitting in the 8th spot. A little bit of shenanigans going on here in the start. Daryl Spear sitting right there in the 10th spot. Thomas McMullen in the 9th spot. They kind of swapped around on me there for a moment. And real quick look back at Daryl Spear. Look at that paint job, boy. That's nice. I like that. Texas Pete. Meanwhile, back at the front, your race leader, Hunter Kent, will have control of the field with his Ford Mustang. Can he get the starts he needs? Hits the gas and away he goes. Great start, gets away from the 78 of J.D. Baker, who's now side by side with Brian Mescal Jr. That 33 did not go on the start, and that's going to allow the 18 of Chris Mathis to go by on the inside, as well as David Bradford. And the outside is not where you want to be on a restart. Now the 18 looking to the inside of the 78, going into turn number 3, and oh, Brian Mescal Jr. sliding through the corner. Oh, more carnage. Oh, and that is going to bring out yet another caution here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. A lot of cars involved. Brian Mescal Jr. involved. Brian Littleton involved. He uses a tow. Let's look at this one more time. Oh, and it looks like, not sure who that was that got into the back of Brian Mescal Jr. and started all that, but my goodness, a lot of cars involved in that one. We'll take one more look at it here. The 86 of Ansley involved into the back of the 33 just a little bit. That sends another car up to the top. Brian Littleton nowhere to go. The 19 of Case and Plot hard into that outside wall. More carnage. The 24 down into the inside wall. Lot of torn up race cars on that one right there. My goodness. Brian Mescal Jr. hitting pit road this time by. There you see another driver just behind him. I believe that is Case and Plot. He has no front clip. Trouble for a lot of drivers. That has been the theme early here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you, this track is a very peculiar, I can't say that word, a very difficult a very difficult track to get a handle on. The tire wear is massive. The loads and unloads here are pretty extreme. The banking in the corner falls away pretty rapidly when you come out of 2, when you come to the quad oval as well. So a little bit of rough circumstance, and it seems like that wall, the wall is a factor here. If you touch that wall, your day's done. We've seen a few drivers into the wall, try to get out of the wall, not able to do it. We've seen drivers suck into the wall 2 or 3 times, down the back stretch through the corner. So if I am one of these crew chiefs on the box right now, I am telling my driver, I don't care if you give up 3 or 4 spots, get to the bottom, stay away from the wall, and watch out for what's in front of you. Because I don't know, the gamble with being up there on the high side right next to that wall, that's I don't know, it's too risky for me. Field working their way down the backstretch with 2 to go. Pace car lights will go out this next time by when we hit the start finish line, and looking through the field, I think I'm pretty safe to do a little bit more house cleaning here for tonight's HOTLANTA 250 for Superior Class Auto Racing, presented by Mug Root Beer on iRacing.com. We had 29 drivers take to the starting grid here tonight. We have still got, it is tough. There's a few drivers still on pit road. Looks like we have still got 23 drivers on track. We have got 20 drivers still on the lead lap. The two of Hayes Booth finding himself being scored as the first car 1 lap down. Mickey Spear in the 23 sitting in 22nd, gonna be scored 2 laps down. Brian Littleton has pushed his 80 machine behind the wall. Mark Truxell joins him behind the wall, as well as Roy Hyde and Quentin Murdoch out of the race here early tonight. So 4 heavy hitters not gonna be around to try to hit the home run. Field double file as the pace car gets ready to duck off. Field will be in the hands of your race leader. Hunter Kent once again has Chris Mathis to his outside. On the gas and back, green flag racing once again here at Atlanta, and away the leader goes one more time. The 18 of Chris Mathis gets a little bit better start on the outside than Brian Mescal Jr. did that last time by. That's going to put him into second. The 78 of J.D. Baker right there as well. David Bradford still up inside the top 5. Bobby Hamilton Jr. finds himself running in 5th. Colt Ansley in the 86 right there as well. And caution is out on the track again. Hayes Booth involved in this latest one. We'll take a look back here, see what happened. And it looked like Channing Ballou got into the 9 of Travis Smith and then down into Hayes Booth. We'll take a look at that from the turn 3 blimp. Here you see it. There's that 3 wide for a moment. Oh, up and down. Ooh, that could have been really rough. Not as bad of a hit for Hayes as I thought it may have been. So good job by Hayes to keep that car underneath him, righted as well as he could, and get it pointed back into the right direction. He will continue around the track. Your race leader, Hunter Kent, gonna stay out on track. Have a few drivers hitting pit road this time by, as we find ourselves back under caution here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And we're gonna take another quick break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're gonna lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane, press and hold your reset button, and we'll come and get you.
Thanks for tuning in to tonight's race on Turn 3 Network. We are Little Tate's Cupcakes, located in Owensboro, Kentucky. We specialize in cakes, cupcakes, cakesicles, and cookies. Make sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram and enjoy tonight's race. Go number 5.
Makes its way back through turn number 4. Pace car gonna duck off this time by, and we will get back to racing here at Atlanta.
Flag.
Hunter Kent, great start. Looks like the 18 spun the tires. Bobby Hamilton Jr. right there on his rear deck lid, not giving an inch just yet. 18 back and forth from the top to the bottom lane. Now settles in on the bottom as David Bradford makes his way around Hamilton Jr. on the inside. Put the 25 back to 4th, struggling to stay side by side with Alan Dufries as these drivers continue to make their way around the track. The 18 of Chris Mathis all over that rear deck lid. And we have got a gaggle of cars back here with Will Jones just behind them. Actually, there you see 6 more drivers battling hard for position as we've got a battle for the race lead. Up at the front, Hunter Kent gets around the 18 who got loose off of 2. Big moment there for Mathis. Machine right there just inside of the top 5. Struggling with the 25 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. down the back stretch, running the inside line with help from Jones. Not able to clear the 18 just yet. Try to work his way up into the 3rd position, and it looks like biggest race lead so far for anyone on foot, now just under 0.3 of a second. The driver's still battling back through the field. There you see a ton of cars still battling everywhere on track. Brian Mescal Jr. now inside the top 10. 11. Travis Smith, heavy damage on that 9 machine. He was caught up in a few incidents. See no front clip, but still running inside the top 20 in the 17th spot. Gonna jump back up near the front of this battle. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, all the way back to 6th. All right here bunched up with each other as Bobby Hamilton Jr. tries to he's got a hot Will Jones right behind him, and that's 7 up Ford Mustang. Chris Mathis right there in his Toyota up into the top 5. No Chevys. Dominated field up at the front. We are sticking with the closest battle on track as Chris Mathis tries to make a way by Will Jones. Will Jones now with 25 has to run that middle line. Down the back stretch here, no. 18 of Mathis goes to the outside with Bobby Hamilton Jr. Now takes his RCI 18. Toyota Camry down to the bottom lane to run behind that 56 7-up Ford Mustang of Will Jones. Now they're going to surge on Ford, and Mathis is going to battle side by side. Off of 2. Looks like the 71 of Alan Dufries wants a spot as well. There you see that Whoppers Ford Mustang of Bobby Hamilton Jr. with some heavy damage to the left rear corner. Not quite the quarter panel, not quite the rear Gary's awkward spot. There you go. Ooh, bump draft going a little bit haywire there between the 18 and the 19. Of Mathis and Good sitting for tonight's race, led 26 laps. Caution is out once again, and we will look back through the field. Looks like not going to say where it was. We'll go back, try to find it, see if we can. Not being able to catch up with that one. So tough break force here at Turn 3 Racing Network. Not able to find everything all the time, but nonetheless, we will rejoin your leader, Hunter Kent, as he makes his way around Turn 4 back through the front stretch. Gonna cross the line, catch up with that pace car once again. Field catches up to the back of the pace car, and I would imagine most of your front runners going to hit pit road this time by, have about 23, 24 laps on their tires. And there you see it, entire field going to come down pit road this time by. So as the drivers make their pit stops, get some changes made, we're going to step away once again, but don't go anywhere. We will be right back for all of your green flag racing action here at Turn 3 Racing Network.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
Thanks for tuning in to tonight's race on Turn 3 Network. We are Little Tate's Cupcakes located in Owensboro, Kentucky. We specialize in cakes, cupcakes, cakesicles, and cookies. Make sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram and enjoy tonight's race. Go number 5.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage.
Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
Pace car ready to duck off. Field set to hit the restart box. Hunter Kent
Green flag,
fires
green flag,
away.
green flag.
Flag is in the air, and we are back racing once again here in Superior Class Auto Racing, presented by North Group Beer. Season number 2, race number 3, the HOTLANTA 250 here in Hampton, Georgia at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Your top 6 all over each other. Will Jones with a great run down the back stretch with help from the 18. Right there on the door of the 46. He's going to move up the track. That's going to put the 19 of Plot side by side with Bradford through the front stretch. Will Jones going to squeeze the lead away from the 7 of Hunter Kent, who's now fallen back to 3rd. Make it 4th when Plot gets there, running that inside lane. That 19 is fast. Keep in mind, he was today's pole sitter, so there's speed in that 19. Oh, and the 46 gets loose, almost up into the 25. He finds himself just in front of Brian Mescal Jr. And that could have been a big-time moment once again here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Your top 4 still battling it out, but there are drivers all over each other. Now you see the 3 of Tommy D'Angelo make his way by the 71 of Alan Dufries, trying to run down your top 5 right there in front of him. Brian Mescal Jr. in 7th, David Bradford 6th, Bobby Hamilton Jr. running in that 5th spot. Your top 11 drivers all within a second and a half of each other, and that is no small task here at a track like Atlanta Motor Speedway. Very unforgiving on the tires. Here's this very, very abrasive track surface, and you can see the track rubber being laid down as these drivers make their way around the track. And I tell you what, let's go with one of our onboard cameras here today. Let's ride around a lap here or two with this 25 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. stop column. It's still very, very hard to see these cars behind him. Look back at Bobby Hamilton Jr. as he wheels this machine down the back stretch and take another look off. Looking back at Ryan Muskello Jr. digging on the bottom lane with David Bradford right there behind the side. These Ford Mustangs, I don't know what it is, but they seem like they may have a little extra horsepower here today at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Field makes its way down the back stretch. Once again, Bobby Hamilton Jr. holding serve in that 5th position, but David Bradford wants to take it. Now surging, big run through the center of 3 and 4 for Bobby Hamilton Jr. That's going to put him well inside of Chris Mathis out there running in that 4th position. A little bit of loose condition for Hamilton Jr. through the front stretch there. But nonetheless, he's going to be able to take that 4th spot away. Kason Plott digging on the bottom, gonna try to take the top spot away this time by dives down to the bottom, or stays down at the bottom, I should say, within a half a car length. Look at that. Close quarters racing for the top spot here in Superior Class Auto Racing. Hunter Kent right there pushing that 19 of Kason Plott up through the field, trying that kid asserting himself as the dominant player to beat out there tonight. Hunter Kent leading 33 laps so far, 27 laps in the book for Kason Plott. Will Jones has 18 laps led. He's out there all alone on that outside lane. Your top 8 within 1 second of each other. Got a 2-second gap back to the 2 of Lauren McFadden running just inside the top 10 in the 9th position. Darrell Spear gonna round out that top 10 in his 32 machine. Stay single file. These drivers still battling for position. It may not look like it because they're all single file, but they are nosing their way in to a position to make a pass a little easier. And there you see up the hill, there's the 7 just a little bit. Bobby Hamilton Jr. not able to get his nose under him just yet. While we continue to go around the track under green flag on the way down the back stretch on lap 78 out of 163. We've got 86 laps left to go here tonight. 29 drivers to the starting grid. We've still got 24 out there running. Ryder to fix his car is running in 26. Caution going to come out, and I believe Steve Murdoch and his 53 involved. Travis Smith also involved in this latest caution, and it seems like if there's been trouble, Smith has found a way to find it. There you see on the replay down the track. We'll see what happened here. Oh, and Travis Smith blows an engine, so he gets out of the way and on the track. Then a little bit of a door check, and into the wall goes the 53 of Steve Murdoch. Nowhere for him to go. My goodness, tough break there for Murdoch. Looks like he's going to have to tow that machine. Will Jones will be your race leader as the field makes their way back down pit road one more time. Key here tonight. Gonna wait and see how everything shakes out off of pit road. Left side goes up for Kason Plott. Down and away is Will Jones. Does he have enough to get it at the line? Looks like he does. 19 of Plot going to come off in second. So we'll let these drivers make their way around the track, and then we'll see if we can't get in a word or two with a driver. With a driver or two, we'll see what we can do, see if any of them have a moment to speak with us. And I tell you what, let's see. We'll wait here, see if any of these lap cars go down pit road before we try to get in a word with our race leader. But we're going to see if we can't get in a word or two with Will Jones, your race leader. We'll let him cross the line this time by before we try to pull him up. Now we'll try to see if we can't get in a word or two with the driver running at the top of the running order. 56 of Will Jones. This is Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you.
How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good.
Good. I mean, you got to be feeling good. It's always good to be the one who controls the restart, running at the top of the field the entire race so far. A little bit more cautions than we're used to. What's the track like out there? How's the handling?
Yeah, just trying to stay out front, man. Seems like a lot of cautions is happening in the back, but I'm hoping it'll stay green and we can get some long green flag runs here.
So what do you think's going to happen to the setup? We haven't really seen a long run, a green flag run, a fuel run, if you will. How do you think that 7-Up Ford Mustang is going to handle once we do get that long green flag run?
I think it'll be pretty good. It seemed like I was able to kind of hold Kaysen back there for a little while after we got a few laps on the tires, but I know Kaysen's going to be strong on this restart. But anyway, we'll see how it goes.
All right, buddy. Well, I know we've got the one to go. Field's going to double up. Before we let you go, want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, anything like that?
Yeah, I want to thank y'all for broadcasting. Thanks 7-Up, and we'll hopefully get this thing in victory lane.
All right, there you have it. That was the driver of the 56, Will Jones, your race leader at the moment. Field making their way down the back stretch behind that Ford Mustang. And I would say get that ugly Ford Mustang out of the way, but that's something I can't say here with the Superior Class Auto Racing, because the top 3 spots are all Fords. 5 out of your top 6 are Ford Mustangs. Only driver not running a Ford up inside the top 6 is the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. running in 4th in his Dirty Mo Chevy ZL1 Camaro pace car. Gonna make that left-hand turn. Will Jones has the field in hand. Away we go. Green flag racing once again here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kaysen Clark gonna slide down in front of Hunter Kent. That's gonna put your top 3 nose to tail. Brian Mescal Jr. stuck on the outside all alone. Bobby Hamilton Jr. gonna take that spot away as Mescal falls all the way back to 6th. Kent with a great run to the back of that 19, gonna tap Plot. That's gonna make Plot surge forward all the way there to the rear deck lid of the 56, looking inside, not gonna make it happen. Will Jones gonna lead the first lap after this latest restart. Three-car battle up at the front. Will Jones, Kaysen Plot, Hunter Kent, all of those drivers have been at the front of the field pretty much all night long. There you see the 25. Trying to make his way back up there. Not seconds. The second off. And that top trio. He's looking at inside lane, hugging that white line. Brian Mescal Jr. just behind them, but now Plot surging to the front of the field on that inside. Does he have enough to just yet? As Jones surges forward down the back stretch with help from Kent. Not gonna be enough to pass. Still digging on that inside lane. Side by side, crossing the line that time by lap 63. 77 laps left to go. Speedway for the HOTLANTA 250 class auto racing, presented by Mug Root Beer on iRacing.com. If you want to drive it, wreck it, run it, whatever, iRacing has got it all. Cars and track scan with laser precision as it gets, and I promise you, it's a lot cheaper to buy a car and do that. Come on over to iRacing.com, check it out. I promise you, you will be hooked in a matter of moments. Will Jones able to take the lead back from Case and Plot, but turn 1 and 2 gonna duck down to the bottom, side by side. Jones gonna have the momentum off of 2. He surges forward with a little bit of aero push by that 46 of Bradford, running in the Dr. Pepper Mustang. Right there now on the inside, sliding back up, not sure where he's gonna go just yet. He's going to stay right there with Jason Plot. Man, I don't know who he's helping. 1 minute it looks like he's helping that. It looks like he's helping the 56. I think it's all a matter of what benefits him at this point in time. As Bobby Hamilton Jr. has closed the distance, he's now right there in 4th spot. Hunter Kent back in 5th. Allen Dufresne 6th. Chris Mathis 8th. 9th is Darryl Spear. Tommy D'Angelo. Close quarters racing as the field makes their way off of turn 2. Bradford now Bishop Plot well in front of Jones, who's going to fall back to the 3rd spot now. Make that 4th as Bobby Hamilton Jr. makes the pass. Crossover coming from Jones. Does he have enough to do it when he gets to turn 1? Looks like he's got it. Now back side by side. Their way off of turn 2. Down the back stretch here. Top 2 nose to tail. 3rd and 4th still battling on track. Will Jones has it. Bobby Hamilton Jr. trying to take it away. Hunter Kent, Allen Dufresne, Chris Matthews, Brian Mescal Jr. all right there within a few tenths of the just how it is. These drivers are running. It's a virtual hornet's nest right now. A little bit of a breakaway back to 3 cars. Tommy D'Angelo, Darryl Spear, Thomas McMullen right here. This 3-car little group running with each other. A little bit of a gap back to your 12th place runner, Lauren McFadden, Colt Ansley, Garrett Cobb, Justin Napier, running with each other as well. This is where the battle is at. This is where the fun is beginning to happen right before our eyes. Big slide out there by Hunter Kent. Gonna slide right up in front of Bobby Hamilton Jr. They're gonna swap the position and see Kent can be a little bit more successful at getting a nose underneath that 56 of Will Jones, possibly opening the door for 25 to follow through. And no, it's Jones who's going to put the nose under the 46. Where they do that at? Absolutely amazing. 3 wide. Turn 3 and 4. David Will Jones, Bobby Hamilton Jr. 3 wide there for a moment. Now Hunter Kent falling behind your race leader, Kason Plott, now out to almost a half a second lead. Single file. They are able to run back down that 19. Oh, big wiggle there by Mescal Jr. Battle still underway for second and third. Hunter Kent has it. Will Jones wants it. David Bradford right there as well. Bradford was shuffled back from that second spot. Now Bobby Hamilton Jr. under fire from Alan Freeze. He's going to give that spot up. Put Hamilton Jr. back to 6th as Brian Mescal Jr. has fallen back to 8th. A little bit off the pace. Now running with that second group of cars. Make it 4 cars now in that second group. Your top nose to tail putting the laps down now as we make our way around the track. Working down the back stretch. Lap number 99 out of 163 here tonight. 65 laps left to go. Superior Class Auto Racing presented by Motor here. Season number 2, race 3. This is the HOTLANTA 250 live on Turn 3 Racing Network. And if I haven't said it already, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here tonight. Caution is out on track, and it looks like Alan Dufries is going to be caught up in this one.
You make the call here.
Oh my goodness. Let's take a look back, see what happened here. Just behind Bobby Hamilton Jr. Oh, contact. And oh my. Tough lick for that 12 machine. I believe that was the 12 machine. That's who it looked like. May have been the 18 of Mathis. Not quite sure. Yes, it was the 18 of Mathis. Let's take one more look at that. There you see the spin. We'll go back and look at it one more time if I can get the cars correct. And it looks like I'm going to be a little slow on it. Here we go. Drivers side by side. Back through the tri-oval. That is just tough to watch right there. We'll take one more look at it from the blimp cam here. Get an idea of what really happened from high above. Oh, and just a little bit of contact, and that's all it took to take that 18 of Chris Mathis and shove his front end into the wall. Alan Dufries also heavily damaged in that. Luckily, both of those drivers able to drive their cars off, both on pit road. Now your race leader, Kason Plott, leading the field to their pit boxes as we stay high above the track here tonight in the Turn 3 blimp. Want to give a special shout outs to all the guys and girls behind the scenes here at Turn 3 Racing Network, making all the wheels turn and the things go round and round. Hats off, shout out, what's up to all of you back there at the offices in Turn 3 Racing Network. Shout out to some of our sponsors as well: Mug Root Beer, Dr. Pepper 7-Up, Red Dot Storage, Little Tate's Cupcakes, Cameron Hagman Photography, and I know there's another one, not gonna leave them out, First Horizon also for jumping on board, sponsoring us here at Superior Class Auto Racing. So shout out to all the sponsors that are with us each and every week that these drivers hit the racing surface. Field gets the 2 to go this time by, so we're going to step away for just a quick commercial break. We will be right back with all of your green flag action live here on Turn 3 Racing Network.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
Thanks for tuning in to tonight's race on Turn 3 Network. We are Little Tate's Cupcakes located in Owensboro, Kentucky. We specialize in cakes, cupcakes, cakesicles, and cookies. Make sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram and enjoy tonight's race. Go number 5.
Pace car ready to duck off once again. Thanks for staying with us here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Your race leader, Will Jones. No, Case and Plot was the race leader. He chose the outside that time. Gets a good start to 56, not getting a jump like you would think you would on that inside line. Great job by Case and Plot. But the field will surge back to him, I am for sure. The 46 of David Bradford right there on the heels of Jones. Hunter Kent lurking in the background. Bobby Hamilton Jr. rounding out that top 5. And here comes the rest of the field. Back to Plot's bumper to the line this time by. Will Plot lead it? Yes, he will. A lot of cars out there still jockeying for position through the field. And that is a very interesting little stat right there, showing the 3 of Tommy D'Angelo 22 laps behind on the intervals, but I'm not sure how that happens. Tommy is scoring a little bit wacky right here, but that'll be all right. We know where he is running. He's running in the 6th spot, just behind Bobby Hamilton Jr. No, big moment. No, just a little connection issue there. Tell you what, let's go back up here to the front of the field as David Bradford tries to still run down the 56 of Will Jones, who is right there on the bumper of Case and Plot. This time by the line, gonna lead yet another lap. Make that 46 laps led tonight for that Fast 19. Your pole sitter for tonight's race. One man job leading this field. has Will Jones right there behind him, trying to take that spot away, and Jones has been breathing down his neck since the restart of this race. A lot of small battles through the field. Boy, McFadden making a way into the top 10, running in the 8th position right there behind Thomas McMullen. Darrell Spear right there. Brian Mescal Jr. has fell through the field, now being scored in the 9th spot, just taking that spot away from Colt Ansley. That's going to put the 86th back to the 10th spot, and they find themselves almost 3 seconds behind your race leader, Casey Watt, at 19, holding serve over the 56 of Will Jones. Will Jones not letting the pressure up, right there in that rear view mirror, all over the rear deck lid of your race leader, Jason Clark, as we continue to keep the laps off. Working lap 111 out of 163, 53 laps left to go here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. You are watching Superior Class Auto Racing, presented by Mug Root Beer, live here on Turn 3 Racing Network. And once again, want to take a brief moment to thank each and every one of you out there watching with us tonight, all the friends, families, viewers out there. Appreciate you all. If you haven't already, give a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right hand side, get notified anytime. Myself, David Whirl, up here in the booth, aka Darkside Dave, goes live on Turn 3 Racing Network, or any of the other broadcasters back at the headquarters, whether it's Youth in the booth, Stormin Stolfus, Danny Valenzuela, Big Al, Chris Legue, Rick Hammond. Man, I tell you what, a lot of great guys over there at Turn 3 Racing Network. So thank all of them, thank all of you for watching as we continue this battle for the race lead. The 19 still keeping the 56 of Will Jones. Hey, David Bradford right there still running in 3rd. Hunter Kent led a ton of laps earlier in the race, 33 to his name here tonight, and he finds himself running in the 4th position. There you see him in that gray number 7 car, just in front of Bobby Hamilton Jr. Back to the starting line. The 19 still gonna hold serve up at the front of the field, but back a little further in the back, Brian Mescal Jr. makes the pass on the 82 of Lauren McFadden. That 33 up to 7th now, aiming his sights in on the 52 of Thomas McMullen. This battle rages on at the back, up at the front. The battle still continues. And I tell you what, we're going to see if we can't pick the right camera shot. We have got some great cameras out here to pick from. So sometimes we get the wrong one, but let's see what we got here on board with the 46 of David Bradford as he tries to take that 2nd spot away from Will Jones. off the nose as they work their way around a back marker. I believe that is going to be the 58 of Ryder Screw. Is going to be put yet another lap down, being scored 42 laps down, running in the 25th position. To this green flag run in the man that restarted the race in first, chose the outside lane that time. Case and Plot serve at the front now as Hunter Kent looks to the inside of Bradford, not going to be able to get the job done at the line. Bradford's going to inch him out barely, and now Hunter Kent surges forward pretty easily through 1 and 2, put Kent up into the third spot. Bradford falling back just a little bit, gonna have to deal with Bobby Hamilton Jr. here any minute.
Caution is out.
And caution is out on the track once again, trying to look to see if we see it. Looks like maybe Travis Smith may have been involved. He is on pit road. We'll take a look back. No, Smith on pit road for a while there, so wasn't Smith that was involved. Looking around, seeing if I see it anywhere. There you see the caution coming out, so not sure what it was from. Maybe a little bit of debris on some of these damaged vehicles flying off. Nonetheless, we find ourselves back under caution. As your race leader, Case and Plot, catches up to the rear of the Ford Mustang pace car, we find ourselves under caution. Number 11 here tonight. 12 lead changes out here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and man, oh man, we've got 42 laps to go. I believe these drivers, if they pit now, I believe they will be able to make it on fuel to the end. Your top 5 gonna hit pit road that time by. Looks like Thomas McMullen actually on pit road, so lap car is going to stay out on the track, try to get a lap or two back here. Maybe jump a position or two in the running order with some of the competitors being scored out of the race. Left sides go up for Case and Plot. Down and away. Spins the tires a little bit. Will Jones going to come off pit road with the race lead. Jones's pit crew getting the job done here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Field going to make their way off of the apron once they reach the back stretch in the blend line. There you see it, that blue line. Now they're allowed up onto the racing surface. And while we have a moment, might as well do a little bit of house cleaning here tonight. Looks like 29 drivers took to the starting grid. We still have, we still have 21 drivers on the track, 16 on the lead lap. The 54 of Justin Napier being scored 6 laps down, running in the 17th spot, but unfortunately for Napier, he finds his Chevy ZL1 Camaro being loaded back up in the transport hauler, and his day is gonna be over. That's gonna allow Stephen Parrott to eventually pass him for that 17th spot Parrott still on track, 11 laps down. Steve Murdoch also still turning some laps out there. He finds himself 17 laps down. Channing Ballou involved in very, very early, numerous chaotic situations. Still running on track, but finds himself well behind the race leaders. 18 laps down, being scored currently in the 21st position. Ryder Struve in the 58, being scored in 24th position. Still out on the racetrack, Travis Smith, after that latest incident, has been on pit road for quite a while. Finds himself 45 laps behind your race leaders. Pace car lights are off. Field begins to double file once again behind the Ford Mustang. And well, which Ford Mustang that is, because your top 5 runners all those fast Ford Mustangs here tonight. And it almost pains me to say that in the same sentence, fast Ford, but you know, to each his own. And apparently these drivers have got these Ford Mustangs souped up and ready to go, because they have been at the front of the field all night long. It has been a Ford dominated race, but late in the race, those Chevy Z01s Camaros starting to move their way to the front. Pace car gonna duck off this time by Will Jones. Will have control of the field starting in the outside lane. On the gas and back, green flag racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for Superior Class Auto Racing, presented by Mug Root Beer. Jones well and away into turn one car now make it almost 2-length difference between him and Case and Plot. Plot gonna try to get some momentum, get the draft, and get right there on that rear bumper of Jones. Not going to make it happen just yet. Jones will, I say will, but here goes a move by Plot to the bottom. Jones going to lead that lap. Bradford in third, Kent in fourth, Hamilton Jr. in fifth, Don Jr. back in sixth, Lauren McFadden in eighth, rounding out the top 10, J.D. Baker. Back through the front stretch, Case and Plot gonna lead that lap. David Bradford right there to his inside. Now running in second, Will Jones shoved up the track on 1 and 2. That's going to give the advantage to the bottom lane now. Bobby Hamilton Jr. riding right behind Hunter Kent. Right there on the rear deck lid of that 46 all single file as they work their way through the triangle back that time by lap 129 out of, I apologize, lap 130 out of 163. 34 laps left to go, and now Will Jones looking back to the point. We have the momentum side by side through 3 and 4. Digging as hard as he can, cutting the wheel to the bottom, not gonna have it at the line. Plot's gonna put another one in. Unless somebody, really the only one that's gonna be able to overtake him will be Hunter. Can that 7 machine get up to the front before we get 30 laps to go and possibly steal the most laps led award away from Jason Plott? But if Plott leads another 2 laps, that's going to be his, and no one's going to be able to take it away. Your top 6 all right there running with each other. Brian Mescal Jr. rounding out that top 6. That is about a 1.1 second gap back from Plott to Mescal Jr. So your top 6 right there running all over each other. Bobby Hamilton Jr. a second of each other as Hunter Kent looks to the bottom under Bradford. Give Kent the position as the move to the inside through 1 and 2 work. That move paid off. Bradford sliding through the field, sliding to the front bumper of that 25 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. Jason Plott leading this lap. The award for most laps led out for the HOTLANTA 250 Superior Class Auto Racing presented by right here on Turn 3 Racing Network, season number 2, race number 3. Jones with help from Kent looking to that inside once again, working their way up on a back marker out the window. He's going to run that high line, let the leaders on by. No issue, no trouble for the front of the field as it looks like Tommy D'Angelo is starting to lose a little bit of pace. Fall a little bit behind that 25 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. Also losing a little ground on the field. He finds himself now 1.7 seconds behind your race leader. Hamilton Jr. to the inside. Looking to make the pass for Bradford. He's going to slide up just in front of him off of 2. Give that 25 the 4th position, and he's going to try to see if he can leapfrog Kent for that 3rd spot. Field hugging the white line, making their way around yet another back marker. 4th, looking for 3rd. Not able to make the pass on just yet. Right there behind your race leader, Jason Plott. Plott holding serve at the front of the field, taking the lead back away from Little Jones on that last start. These top 5, they have been battling since the drop of the green flag on the latest restart. Bobby Hamilton Jr. now looking to pass Jason Plott. David Bradford falling off of the pace just a little bit. He's finding himself struggling to stay with that top 4 as he's got about a 0.2 of a second gap between himself and the 25, and he cannot afford to lose the draft here of these top 4 because they will be well and gone if he does. We already see Brian Mescal Jr. has lost this group, and he has fallen almost 2.5 seconds behind your race leader. Five seconds behind your race leader is the 52 of Thomas McMullen, followed by J.D. Baker. Lauren McFadden, Darrell Spear round out your top 10. Colt Ansley in 11th. 12th goes to the 83 of Jason Spear. Mickey Spear running in the 13th spot. 14th will be the 24 of Garrett Cobb, and rounding out That top 15 is the 2 of Hayes Booth. Last car on the lead lap, being scored in the 16th spot, Jeff Napier. And he has got himself a pretty decent gap back for position. Steve Murdoch, running in 17th, finds himself 18 laps down. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we are setting ourselves up for one heck of a finish. Top 5 all running within a half of a second of each other. And moment there for Bobby Hamilton Jr. Looked like he may have scrubbed the wall a little bit. Do see a little bit of scrape marks on that right side of the 25 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. as Mason continues to lead this race. Laps winding down, lap 143 out of 163. Tonight's scheduled race distance, 20 laps to go. Drivers will get the 20 to go this time by. Small gaps beginning to develop. Back up here at the front. Behind just a little bit. 0.3 of a second gap back from Jones to Kent. Right there on Hunter Kent's inside now. Drag race down into turn number 3. Who's going to have the advantage? Hunter Kent's going to lose the spot. Put him back and forth. Put Bradford back into third. And he's going to continue to charge and try to chase down that 7-up Ford Mustang being piloted by the 56 of Will Jones. Will Jones now being the gnat in the ear of Jason Plott, not going anywhere, making him think every single lap by being right there, almost just a tenth off of your race leader's back bumper. So every time Jason Plott looks in the rear view mirror, he sees that 56 of Will Jones. We're going to jump on board now here with one of our onboard cameras here at Turn 3 Racing Network. We'll jump down there with the 56 of Will Jones. Haven't already, scroll on down through the description, click the link. You can find any of the cameras used here in tonight's broadcast right there at your fingertips. Go on and check them out. Track cams by Gromans. Visit the website down there in the description. Got a link and a code for you to get a little bit of a discount. Use it as well. Great shots being provided here to us at Turn 3 Racing Network by those guys over there. I want to give you guys a great big shout out. Appreciate all the work you guys do developing these great camera shots for us. And I'll tell you that close racing as Bradford's on the inside now. We'll go back outside of the car as Bradford makes his way around the inside of Will Jones. Will Jones now falling back to the third position, and Bobby Hamilton Jr. has fallen off the pace. Him and Hunter Kent sitting in 4th and 5th position. They find themselves 1.5 seconds back from your race leader, Brian Mescal Jr. 4.3 seconds back from them. Possibly not enough time to make up the gap in battle for the top 5 for Brian Mescal Jr. after a great run so far here at HOTLANTA 250 for Superior Class Auto Racing, presented by Mug Root Beer. Your race leader, Kason Plott, continues to click off the laps, that time by making 86 laps in the books for Kason Plott. But David Bradford right there on his heels, not giving up just yet. 12 laps to go as the top 3 make their way down the back stretch once again, stretching the gap over 4th and 5th spot. Bobby Hamilton Jr. running in 4th, Hunter Kent in 5th, Thomas McMullen in 6th, Brian Mescal Jr. in 7th, Tommy D'Angelo 8th, Jason Spear. That is very funny. I got 2 8th places, and I don't understand that one. I just don't understand. Anyways, Jason Spear in 8th, Cole Ansley 9th, Darryl Spear in 10th. Move for the lead as Bradford digging on the bottom. Does he have enough pace in those tires as we've got 10 laps to go? Drag race down the backstretch. Give the spot to the 46. Bradford to the top of the list. He's going to lead this latest lap. 10 laps to go, and Bradford gets his first lap led of the evening. It's not about how many you lead, it's about the one that you lead, and that one and only important one is the final lap of the race. We've now got a 3-car battle once again for the top spot. David Bradford has it in his Dr. Pepper 46 machine. Kason Plott in the 19 right there trying to take the lead back after a very dominant performance by that 19. 88 laps in the books for him in that 7-Up machine being driven by Will Jones right there in 3rd. Led a handful of laps as well, 32 laps in the book for Jones. But the man piloting the car at the front of the field, David Bradford, he knows when to take the lead, when to take charge, and he's starting to put a little bit of distance between himself and the 19. Gap starting to develop here late in the race. Did Bradford save some tires? Or is maybe Kason Plott laying back, waiting for possibly 2 to go before he makes a hard charge back to the front for the lead? Instead of battling, getting the top spot, and then having to defend it, maybe the strategy is I'd rather be the shark than the guppy. But when you do that, you allow other sharks in the pool, and the 56 of Will Jones digging on the bottom inside of Plott. Current race trends here in Superior Class Auto Racing, we have not had a caution fly in the last 5 laps here at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the last 2 races for Superior Class Auto Racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So I believe we may not see that pesky yellow flag fly again as David Bradford begins to stretch that lead, now almost 3/10 over his nearest competitor, Kason Plott, having to deal with Will Jones. Bobby Hamilton Jr. in 4th as Plott loses the spot to Jones. Jones inching his bumper right in front of Plott. That's going to allow David Bradford to walk away to almost a second lead over the field. We have got 4 laps remaining here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for Superior Class Auto Racing, presented by Mug Root Beer. It's race number 3 in season number 2, the HOTLANTA 250. Slowly closing the distance is Will Jones, but with 3 laps remaining in .499 seconds, separating himself from the race leader. I'm not sure he's going to have enough time to get back to the rear of David Bradford, who has surged to the front of the field in the final few laps, took over the lead of the race with 10 to go, and we have now got 2 to go here at Atlanta. The 46 gonna cross the line, and the 1 to go comes out here today at Atlanta Motor Speedway, presented by Mug Root Beer. Your race leader, David Bradford, well in hand, in command of the race down the backstretch, has a 2-car lead over the 56 of Will Jones, unless Jones stuffs it down in here into turn 3. Not sure he's gonna be able to get back to him. Not gonna be able to do it. Off of turn 4, back to the line, your race winner, the 46 of David Bradford. Will Jones crossing the line just behind him in second. Case and Plot gonna walk away in third. Bobby Hamilton Jr. in fourth. Your top 5 will end with Hunter Kent. Wow. Great race there at the end for the position between your top 3 drivers. They scrummed it out for the last 50 or so laps. Great run. Don't go anywhere. We're going to step away for just a moment as we get things set up for our post-race interview. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Live here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for your post-race interviews. Now gonna see if I can't steal a quick word with the driver finishing in third out there today. Case and Plot, you got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good. Probably could be doing better, as well as yourself. Led the most laps out there, dominating performance, 88 laps being led by you and your 19 crew out here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Not able to come away with the race win. How tough was the racing there at the end?
It was definitely tough. I definitely saw David coming. You know, he saved his stuff and, you know, kind of banked on that long run, which I don't blame him, and it worked out. But my objective was to try to stay out front, and as hard as it was to pass, just figured, you know, you wouldn't be able to pass being on the inside. So it didn't work out how I planned, but, you know, there'll always be more races, and, you know, thankful to come back from getting in that wreck and not having to use another fast repair.
Well, my man, I mean, third place is nothing to hang your head about here in Superior Class Auto Racing, but how tough is it to swallow that pill knowing that you got the pole, you led the most laps, but you didn't get that race win?
Well, that's just part of racing, whether it's real life or, you know, sim racing like this. It don't matter if you're the fastest or the best driver or whatever you want to call it. I mean, you're gonna, you know, if you be smart and everything, it's, you know, more than likely it's gonna play out in your hands. But just kind of banked on, you know, as hard as it is to pass, you know, for being first and having them guys behind you, you wouldn't think that they'd be able to make the pass, and especially with the caliber of drivers, you know, with top five. I mean, you know, typically you can put us under a blanket, and, you know, we're all real good. So, you know, I'm not surprised one bit, because definitely great drivers in the league.
Well, once again, Kaysen, man, a heck of a job out there today with most laps led in the pole position. Walking away with a third. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, special thanks, anything like that?
Yeah, all the fans watching, y'all broadcasting. Thanks, you know, Bobby, David, and Will doing with the league and everything. And, you know, look forward to next race and hopefully come out with a win and stay in the points lead. That's the goal.
All right, there you have it. Those were some parting words from the driver finishing in the third position out there today. If I could ever talk, I might, just might, be able to tell you that we're getting ready to catch up with our second place finisher of the race, the 56 of Will Jones. You got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir.
Well, my man, we had a chance to talk to you under caution. Unfortunately, not able to walk away with the race win, but one heck of a battle there through those closing laps.
Yeah, it was close, man. I was trying to just ride there behind Kaysen and save my tires, hoping I could make a move on him later on, but actually caused me to burn my right front off worse. I guess being in the wake of his car, but yeah, I mean it. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, he come out of here with a second. I'm happy with that.
This being the third race into the season, still a lot of racing left to be done. Do you think you can use this second place finish as any momentum builder heading into next time we hit the track? It's 2 weeks. I was going to say heading into next week, but it's 2 weeks away. Do you think that will allow you to carry some momentum into that next race?
No, not really. I've been the bridesmaid the last 2 weeks in a row. I just need to improve on it one spot.
All right, and sometimes that one spot is the hardest one to get, but heck of a job out there all race long. Will, great job coming home in second. Before I let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, special thanks, or love views, anything like that?
Yeah, thank y'all for broadcasting league. I want to thank 7-Up, Mug Root Beer, and Bobby and David for, you know, doing this league, which I'm part of it also, but they do most of the leg work. But anyway, that's my thank yous.
All right, there you have it. Some final words with the driver finishing in second out here today for the HOTLANTA 250. And now we're going to see if we can't get a few words in with your race winner, the 46 of David Bradford. You got your ears on, bud?
I absolutely do, sir. Sweat my ass off, but I do have them on.
Man, I'd be sweating too. They're didn't lead a lap all race long. Final 10 laps come around, and where did you come from, and how did you keep it out front?
I mean, the rest of them laps don't pay nothing until the last couple. You know what I'm saying? And man, I sat back there and I kind of figured out a way, watching all them guys run, how they were kind of running the corners, and I just said, well, I'm going to just try it this way because it just feels better and I'm not having to turn the wheel as much. I was kind of driving it in right to the bumps, and then I was letting off, and I was just telling myself over and over again, don't get back in the gas, don't get back in the gas. And then once I could get back in the gas, I'd mat it. And man, it just seemed like, yeah, they'd beat me on the entry, but man, center off, the car was just flying. Dr. Pepper did an awesome job with the paint job, and man, they gave me a hell of a crew. And man, I think we're going to run right back up the point stands here after today. I was getting kind of worried there with that Dr. Pepper after last season about performing for them and stuff like that, but man, it feels a lot better to finally get the job done for them.
Indeed, and anytime you can get to victory lane, it's a good feeling. A heck of a job out there. I don't know if I am that disciplined of a race car driver, knowing I got to stay off the gas, but knowing I need to be in it. That is one heck of a job to keep yourself from doing that. Congratulations once again, David, on the race win. Before we let you go and keep on celebrating, would you like to give any special thanks, shout-outs, or love yous?
Oh, yeah, I got to give a shout-out to the family. You know, they're always watching back at home. Bobby and Will, of course, man, they're my buddies, and we stick this thing out and run this league to the best of our abilities. I know we're going to have some complaints here and there, but, man, we're really trying just to do the best for everybody that we can and do the best for the sponsors and put on a great show. And hopefully we put on a pretty good show for you guys today. I know up front there it was pretty fun for a while.
Indeed it was. Well, once again, congratulations on your race win out there, and we will catch up with you in 2 weeks.
Appreciate it, man.
There you have it. Some few final parting words from your race winner, the 46 of David Bradford. And well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we don't have much left to do here from the production booth except run through your final finishing order. Top of the charts at the end of the HOTLANTA 250, the 46 of David Bradford. Finishing second, the 56 of Will Jones. Third place will go to the 19 of Kason Plott. Fourth place, the 25 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. And in fifth, the 7 of Hunter Kent. Sixth place goes to the 52 of Thomas McMullen. And seventh, the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. Eighth spot goes to the 83 of Jason Spear. Ninth position, the 86 of Colt Ansley. And rounding out your top 10, the 32 of Daryl Spear. 11th position goes to the 3 of Tommy D'Angelo, and finishing in 12th, the 82 of Lauren McFadden. 13th spot, the 23 of Mickey Spear, followed in 14th by the 78 of J.D. Baker. 15th is the 24 of Garrett Cobb, and 16th, the 40 of Jeff Napier. 17th place, the 2 of Hayes Booth, followed in 18th by the 88 of Channing Ballou. Steve Murdoch with some trouble in the race, gonna finish in 19th, 19 laps down, finishing 20th in the 69 machine, Steve Parrott. 21st position here tonight, the 58 of Ryder Strew, followed in 22nd by the 54 of Justin Napier. The 71 of Alan Dufries gonna walk away in 23rd. In 24th, the 18 of Chris Mathis. 25th position here tonight, the 9 of Travis Smith, followed by the 80 of Brian Littleton. Finishing 27th, well back of the field, the 5 of Mark Truxell after early trouble in the race. Tough break for Truxell, gonna walk away in 27th, and in 28th, the 00 of Quentin Murdoch. 29th and final finishing spot here tonight will be the 13 of Roy Hyde. And well, with all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to once again thank you for joining us here tonight on Turn 3 Racing Network for Superior Class Auto Racing, presented by Mug Root Beer. Big shout out to all of the sponsors over here at Superior Class Auto Racing: Whoppers, Little Tate's Cupcakes, Mug Root Beer, First Horizon, Red Dot Storage, Cameron Hagman Photography, Darkside Dave, Turn 3 Racing Network, all the guys and girls that make things happen behind the scenes. Hats off. Do appreciate each and every one of you, and appreciate all of you out there in the audience, family, friends, and viewers. Every time you come in, do appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight. And well, until we meet again, with everything going on in the world, I want you all to stay safe, stay humble, kiss the loved ones that you can. Well, tough to do in 6 feet, but you know what I mean. Stay safe, everybody. Until next time, we'll see you.